There is a name so dangerous that ancient priests refused to speak it out loud. A name so powerful that kings ordered it erased from stone. A name hidden inside every major religion on earth. And here's the insane part. That name is yours. Stay with me because this goes deeper than anything you've been taught in church, in school, or anywhere else. Most people think ancient religion was about worship, bowing down, being small, obeying a distant god in the sky. But there was another current running beneath all of it. A secret tradition passed between initiates, mystery schools, hidden brotherhoods that said the exact opposite. You are not beneath the divine, you are made of it. And the proof of that, it was hidden in plain sight in the most sacred text in the Western world for over 3,000 years. Okay, so in the Hebrew Bible, the foundation of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, God reveals his name to Moses at the burning bush. And what does he say? YHWH. English Bibles translate this as I am that I am, or sometimes I will be what I will be. But here's what your pastor never told you. YHWH, the sacred four-letter name, the Tetragrammaton, is not a noun. It is not a label. It is a conjugation of the Hebrew verb to be. It literally means existence itself, pure, uncontained, self-referential being. Now the rabbis knew this. The Kabbalists built entire systems around it. But the official teaching, don't say the name, don't even write it. It's too holy for human mouths. That's the cover story. Because the real teaching, the one passed down in the inner circles, said something radical. When God said, I am, he wasn't just describing himself. He was telling Moses and every human after him what they were. Now here's where it gets really wild. Because this exact same teaching, the divine I am as human identity, shows up in India, in Egypt, in the Gnostic Gospels, and even in a conversation Jesus has in the Gospel of John, that it was a transmission. He was showing them, and anyone with ears to hear, that the I am is not reserved for one being on a throne somewhere. It is the ground state of conscious existence itself, and that means it's yours. But wait, if this teaching was always there, why don't we know about it? Why was it suppressed? And what happens to the people who figured it out? Here's the secret they never talk about in this conversation. The suppression wasn't just about power. It was about economics. If the divine is within you, if you are the I am, you don't need a priest. You don't need a temple fee. You don't need indulgences or confession or a religious hierarchy to mediate your access to God. The entire institutional structure of organized religion depends on you believing you are separate from the divine, that you need a middleman. The mystics who taught otherwise, they didn't just get ignored. Meister Eckhart, a Christian mystic, was put on trial for heresy for saying the soul and God share one nature. Mansur al-Hallaj, a Sufi mystic, was executed in Baghdad in 922 AD for saying An al-Haq, I am the truth, another form of the same declaration. The Gnostics were systematically destroyed by the early church councils. Every tradition that carried this inner teaching was either absorbed, diluted, or eliminated. The burning bush was not a miracle meant to fill you with awe at something out there. It was a mirror. God was showing Moses what Moses was. And here's the thing nobody in this space ever says out loud. This isn't just philosophy. The ancient initiates from Egypt to India to the Hebrew mystery schools believed that consciously identifying with the I am was the mechanism of what they called enlightenment, liberation, gnosis, not believing in God. Knowing yourself as the ground of existence. That was the whole game. That was the secret hidden inside the secret. So the next time someone tells you ancient religion was just superstition, just primitive people afraid of thunder, remember this. They encoded the deepest truth of consciousness into their most sacred symbols. They hid it so well that it survived every empire, every inquisition, every bonfire. And it's still here, waiting. If this hit different, share it with one person who's ready for it. And if you want to go deeper, The next video is going to blow your mind. We're going into the real meaning of the Garden of Eden and why the tree was never about sin. The tree was a technology. I'll see you there.